Nigeria's gross domestic product (GDP) grew by 3.46% real term in the third quarter of 2024 on a year-on-year basis. This translates to 0.92 percentage points increase from the 2.54% recorded in the same quarter of 2023, according to the data released by the National Bureau of Statistics (NBS). It is also a 0.27 percentage points increase over the 3.19% recorded in the second quarter of 2024. The services sector, which recorded a growth of 5.19%, was a major driver of the economy in the period under review. It recorded a growth of 5.19% and contributed 53.58% to the aggregate GDP. The Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) has announced that over 2.7 trillion naira capital has been raised in the capital market by banks and other companies. Of that amount, around 1.7 trillion naira was raised by banks through their recapitalization exercise. The Director General of the SEC, Dr. Emomotimi Agama, made the disclosure while delivering the keynote paper at the Commission's 2024 Journalist Academy with the theme, FinTech, Leveraging Technology to Drive Capital Market Participation. The African Development Bank (AFDB) says it is presently seeking $42 billion to bridge the current financing gap hindering women-owned and women-led enterprises across the African continent. Director General, Nigerian Country Department (AFDB), Dr. Abdul Kamara, disclosed this in Abuja at the high-level dialogue on investment in gender equality and ending violence against women for rights and development organized by United Nations Women in partnership with AFDB. The event is part of the global 16 Days of Activism Against Gender-Based Violence campaign, which runs from November 25th, International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women, to December 10th, Human Rights Day. The Monetary Policy Committee (MPC) of the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) this week voted to raise the MPR by 25 basis points from 27.25% to 27.5%, and retain the cash reserve ratio (CRR) at 50% for deposit money banks and 16% for merchant banks. CBN Governor Yemi Kadoso, who announced this during the last MPC meeting of the year, said the MPC retained the liquidity ratio (LR) at 30% and asymmetric corridor at plus 500 over minus 100 basis points around the MPR. This makes it the sixth time the CBN has raised the interest rate since February 2024. The Senate this Thursday passed for second reading the 4 tax reform bills transmitted to it by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, which have been subject of wide controversy. Senate President Godswill Akpabio referred the 4 bills to the Senator Sani Musa-led Committee on Finance to carry out other legislative action and report back in 6 weeks after they scaled through second reading during plenary. Chairman of the Presidential Committee on Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms, Taiwo Oyedele, had on Wednesday clarified to the Senate that the bills proposed by President Bola Tinubu aims to lift the tax burden on 90% of Nigerian workers. President Tinubu had on September 3rd sent 4 tax bills to the National Assembly for approval. They are the Nigerian Tax Bill 2024, the Tax Administration Bill, the Nigerian Revenue Service Establishment Bill, and the Joint Revenue Board Establishment Bill.